Okay, hello everyone. So today I'll be discussing gacha games and how they really have been like affecting my life and why I think I will be quitting them. I don't know if I will be completely quitting them because they do still matter in my life. I'm still a big fan of them. I still have merch of them um and they still mean something in my life. Um But ultimately, I need to get rid of them because I have an overwhelming backlog and a tendency to hold on to things forever. I'm looking at you, Genshin. So, yeah. Okay, so first we're going to start with the bad things. Comfortability. I'm too comfortable with these games. There's always like this sense of comfort when it comes to video games. Obviously, we all seek comfort and rest at the end of the day when we had a long day. We all have our comfort games like Animal Crossing, or in my case, gacha games. Now, I think this goes for a lot of people when they say, oh yeah, I've been playing a game for so long, you've put in so much progress into it and such. And that familiarity with going back to like this cute game, something you've sunk in so many hours in, to come back to it every time, to be that same loading screen and stuff with the same characters and stuff. There is a comfortability and that familiarity. And honestly, it's good for you. Yes, but it's also bad for you. Like I've noticed it's bad for me because I've gotten bored of the characters. The repetitiveness and the dailies and the limited time events, all of this creates a sense of FOMO, especially with character banners and such. I feel like I'm always chasing having to get a character, or having to get us, or like having to do the maths on a certain day, or having to do weeklies on a certain day. Now, I love progress, but having it all timed and having it needed to be done repetitively, and I love structure. I love um schedules. I love schedules. I love being organized, and gacha games have really like enabled me to be quite organized and such. But recently, I just feel like they've become a chore, and they haven't been really games. They're just something I clock in. It's like a job. They felt like a job for a long time, and having limited time events, dailies, and such like that, yes, it gives me something to do, which is really good for my mental health. But at the same time, it's bad for me because I'm not progressing in other games that I've actually bought, like on Steam sale or anything. Like recently, I bought this Dispatch, and recently I've been sinking a lot of hours into wuwa instead of playing Expedition 33, and I'm close to finishing that. It's just I've sunk in more hours into wuwa. I don't know why, because I'm not even enjoying it anymore. Like the story is okay. Like I'm at Rena Sita. I've gotten rid of the what was his name? See, I don't even know. It's like this manifest, like this thing that was sucking up the dark tide, and then went missing, and she's reportedly dead, and Augusta can't even remember it, and like it's this whole thing, and now we have to go back to Cardiff and stuff. Galbraina got introduced, and I was like, okay, this is interesting, but then at the same time, I was like, I was searching up on Google how many hours it actually takes to be each single quest, and it was like showing 6, 3, 5 hours for each of them, and that means I still have to sink in about 20 hours before I kind of catch up to the main story quest of this new patch, and I just felt like, you know what, this is too much, and I can't really do this anymore because I feel like with games like this, with gacha games like this, they're never ending, and I like finishing stuff. Um, I like finishing things, and I want to finish things. I want to finish games, especially games that I've paid for. Anyway, that brings me on to my next point. Long ass quests. I have so many quests to do, and at some point, I feel so overwhelmed with like the large lists of quests, and because I've sunk in so many hours already, I'm like, okay, this is like a never-ending cycle. Like, yeah, it's a good thing I have so much content to do because I have spent money on these games. Like each of these games, I have spent money on them, mostly from like the welcome battle passes, or like the internet memberships in ZZZ, which are quite cheap. I buy mine of Loot Bar, but recently it's been like just stale. I feel like I buy them just to get the character, and yeah, and I feel like I just don't want that anymore. Um, and I feel like I'm always waiting and wanting a specific character. Like Escoffier, like I'm saving up for Escoffier and Genshin right now. Ye Shengwang in ZZZ. After I get her, I'm leaving the game because I have no interest in the game anymore. I just have interest in Ye Shengwang. And then that's it. I don't have an interest in really playing it anymore, but I feel like I'm gonna miss out. You know, that FOMO. Cardathea as well, or like I love I love Cardathea, I love their designs. I think they're spectacular. I think wuwa has done such a good job at like these character designs, and it's low-key, they're so beautiful, but at the same time it's like I can't really do that anymore. There's Linnea, I want Linnea, I want Maureen, I don't know how to say her name. um And I was also looking forward to Columbina, but I saw that they ruined her really. That she wasn't what I was expecting. Like, she's pretty and stuff, and they kept all her animations. No, I feel like the game developers, I feel like Hoyo is just taking the piss, and they don't care about us anymore. Um, it's feeling stale. It doesn't have that same magic that it had 5 years ago when everything came about. Now, I would play story quests. I'd play Genshin story. But I just don't have the time anymore. If it's 2-3 hours, I will not play it. And plus, we don't have a skip button. Like, at this point, we don't have a skip button after how many years? 5 years? That's insane. I don't know. I just feel like fed up with the game. And I don't have an interest in the story. Like, I started a Not Cry story, but then I got bored of it. Because I don't know, like Yehuda and everything, like honestly, very charming. I actually really liked it for a bit, but then after I was like, oh, just too much. It's just too much. So I'm gonna see how it is, because I am going on holiday soon. So that is my excuse for not logging in. But yeah. Anyway, um, so the devs, they really don't care about us anymore. wuwa, the devs do care, but I feel like I don't connect with the game in a certain way. I feel like the writing is a bit off. Some words I felt in the dialogue, maybe it's just me, I'm very picky, but I just don't understand. I don't understand some bits of the story. I don't care about some bits of the story, and it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's to do with the fact that I'm also depressed, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, that brings me on to my next point. I love collecting characters because of aesthetics, like I've said with and stuff like that, Cardathea. And I love Varessa in Genshin. I love Farina in Genshin. I love Ayaka, she's like my favorite. Yuimi is actually my favorite. But collecting them, collecting up the pools and stuff like that is a bit satisfying. I like that element of like building up things and collecting things and making sure my builds are on point, doing high damage and stuff like that. But honestly, it's not become healthy. Like, as much as I love collecting things and progressing and stuff like that, and having a safe haven to kind of do it, I feel overwhelmed. And I feel like it's more of a chore than anything. I'm overwhelmed with my backlog, and I keep turning to the same games instead of progressing through new ones. Like, Persona 3, I bought it a long time ago, I haven't progressed in it. Or Metaphor, Refantasio, same thing. Expedition 33, I know I'm going to finish it soon, and I'm really, really excited. And that is a game that deserves every single bit of praise. I don't care what you guys say. Every single little bit of praise, and every single hour of my time, every penny that I've spent on that game, it deserves it. With Genshin, not as much. With wuwa, not as much. With ZZZ, not as much, though the developers are lovely. Same with wuwa. They're amazing developers. They deserve like anything they can get. But there are games on my backlog, which will be a separate video. Anyway, so why have I continued to play these games? I already mentioned character designs, but this thing in particular, the anime art style and the cel shaded graphics. wuwa, zzz, genshin, they all have amazing art styles, really colorful, which I freaking love. I love pastel colors, I love bright colors, I love just colors in general, really attractive character designs. They keep me entertained. Honestly, eye candy for me every time I load up the game or do combat or anything. Satisfying gameplay. I like it. Even though it's repetitive, it's like it's soft and it's fun. It's actually fun. But there's some things that just haven't changed, like Spiral Abyss. We've had the same Spiral Abyss since like, years ago. Stingent Onslaught, I'm not really a big fan of. Neither is that weird Fantasyland thing. I don't like that one bit. Or Milliaster Wonderland, that it was a complete flop, and I was like, oh, they're just trying to milk us at this point. I don't pay a single penny for that anyway. So yeah, animations, they're a big factor in the game for me. The combat is satisfying and pretty. Wuwa is also cool, but recently, like, it's felt really flat. Like, combat has felt really flat, even with like with characters that are really fast. Like, I love Carlotta's gameplay. I think her combat's really good. But characters like Augusta, like, they don't have as much weight to them. It's all just fast. That's what I'm gonna say about the combat in Wuwa. It's all fast, and honestly, it all kind of feels the same. It's all too flashy and quick for me, and I like kind of devouring combat in each and every aspect. Like, when you look at Wuwa combat and you see like the slowed down version, you're like, oh my gosh, there's so much detail put in. But you're not looking at that combat all the time. You're not looking at the slowed down version. You're always looking at the fast version of it, because that's the one you're playing. And it just feels like too much. It just feels like the enemies don't actually get the shot at like being fleshed out and stuff like that. Like, yeah, bosses, sure, you have to dodge, and the dodging is really good, but combat wise, it's fallen off. I'm sorry. Say ZZZ, really good combat. Honestly, I think best combat out of the 3 games. It's weighty, it's fun, it's flashy, but at the same time, it's instance based. It's not open world, and I love open world. But at the same time, I hate open world because of the exploration. Like, I like exploration, but I don't have time for that shit. Anyway, character voices. Most characters are voiced quite well. I wouldn't say in Wuwa they're voiced as well. I have a bone to pick with Wuwa, especially in the first patch. Like, everything just felt stale. A lot of the dialogue is cut off, which kind of really puts me off from the game. And it feels a bit plastic in some senses. Genshin, cool, but I feel like it can be quite annoying at times. I'm happy that they changed Paimon's VA. I know it was because of drama, but I'm really happy they changed it. Same goes for ZZZ. ZZZ has good voices, but some of them are so annoying and cringe, and they actually make me, like, die inside. Like, Vivian's voice is so high-pitched, and I get it, like, that's supposed to be, like, her character, like, she's supposed to be, like, appealing to this. Nothing against the voice actor, of course, they're just doing their job. They did a very good job, but personally, I'm really turned off by it. So yeah, that sort of stuff. I like the voices, but I also don't like the voices in some regard. And dialogue feels slow. Like, with ZZZ, I like the separation of characters in dialogue and such, like when they're speaking, but at the same time it gets boring really fast, especially because their voices are annoying. That's why I've not played the recent patch. So yeah, and with Genshin, it's like, it's alright. It's boring though. I just feel like it's boring. Wuwa, I've already said, it feels plastic. The dialogue isn't where it's supposed to be, in my opinion. I don't know, I just don't like it. And yeah, I think the writing's off. It's alright, like, the story's good, but I just don't like it anymore. I think the main character, I think Rover is a very stale protagonist. And yeah. I feel like the faces in Wuwa are a bit too small as well. Like, they're very squished together. I like some of them. Like Nene, I think she has an absolutely gorgeous face, but some characters like Cardothea and Carlotta and Phoebe, like I love Phoebe, but it feels a bit squished. That's all. Yeah. So, what's next? Let's see. When will I quit? Well, I already uninstalled wuwa today on both my iPad and my computer. I have 53 hours on record right now, um, altogether. And I'll quit ZZZ when my internet membership is over, which is in 6 days. That's also like around when Shenguang's gonna be around, so that's fine. But for Genshin, it's 16 days. So I hope they announce Escoffier. So after I get Escoffier, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm out. I guess I should be quitting now. But if I give a bit of time to kind of settle that in, like, stop logging into wuwa first, and then stop logging into ZZZ, and then stop logging into Genshin eventually, and be free of it, really. I just don't want to waste money anymore, because I bought, like, welkins and stuff for everything, and yeah, like, wuwa, my membership's been over. I was considering buying another one, but then I was like, I'm too burnt out, and yeah. And then Genshin, obviously I still have the membership. Anyway, I want to game with purpose. That's why I'm quitting. I've watched a lot of videos recently, like people quitting gacha games, or why you should game with purpose, why you should do things with purpose. Number one, my backlog is huge, and I want to get through so many good games like Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Portal, Persona 3 and 4, because I've played Persona 5. Metaphor, like I've said, Cyberpunk, lots of other games. And yeah, I also want a game in order to finish a game and have gained an experience from it. And right now, the experience that gacha games are giving me is do this, do that, but you're never really done. You can never finish a gacha game. You can never finish it because it will forever be going. You can never finish it. Like, FGO has been going on for over 10 years now, I think. And I used to play FGO. I used to play Arknights. I used to play freaking... Oh, I used to play Azure Lane. I used to play Nikke. All these slop games. And I quit. I just quit them. With Genshin and stuff like that, it's more like because they're actually fun and they have like 3D graphics and stuff, like it actually feels worth playing. But at the same time, it's like, I'm never finishing these. Why should I just keep playing catch up every single month? What's the purpose in it? Does it actually bring me joy? I don't know. The reason I came back to Genshin, I feel, was because I watched like videos, or like my sister like play Genshin and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I miss this game. So I started playing it again, but yeah. I feel like I have been a slave to these games long enough, and I decided enough is enough, and I do not want to fall for the propaganda anymore, and yeah. And will I return to these games? I really hope not. I really don't want to return, but I probably will get the urge to. If I get the urge to, I'll just remind myself why I quit in the first place. I had my fun, and that's it, really. I don't want to sink in any more time than I have already. And, yeah. I think it's time. I can't wait to complete games and actually have time for other hobbies that I could be, like, physically doing. Reading, writing, drawing. I feel like gacha games have taken up so much time that I just don't have time for other things anymore. Anyway, thank you for watching, and that's my little testimony on why I'm quitting gacha games. Maybe I'll return to someday. I don't know. But yeah, I will see. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.